Let's see what a fucking crummy episode this is gonna be. This is the Jacket Off podcast, episode 55.
Halfway to 110.
Straight to the top. Straight to the top, Dylan. I can tell you that because I feel like I'm at the top right now. Or at the bottom. However you want to couch that. Oh my god. My legs feel like jello. I was trying to walk up the stairs. Like, you ever tread water, Dylan? Does that ever happen to you? You ever tread water? Is that something you do? Do you remember the days of treading water when you actually went in a pool?
Sure.
Remember that? Remember when you go in a pool, you tread water?
Yeah. That's what you do in pools.
Yeah, right. I didn't do that in a pool today, though. I went to the lake.
Oh.
So, I fought the waves. The water level was so high.
Did you hang 10? Just shaka bra.
It's a fucking lake, Dylan. You don't shaka bra at the fucking lake. You don't go down
Not
with
with
your
that attitude.
You don't go down with your Quicksilver board shorts and your fucking Billabong tank top on and be like, "Oh, what's up, bros? You ready to fucking shoot a tasty fucking curl, dude?" It's like fucking bunch of country bumpkins on their fucking boats, using the shoreline as a fucking like all day party fucking venue for their goddamn houseboats. That did not happen today, however, because the lake is fucking overflowing. That shit is out of control.
It's because of all that rain. That's global warming.
Yeah, that's global warming right there. I don't know what more you want, Antifa or whoever the fuck handles that shit. I don't know what more proof you want. Take that, political slant to this podcast somehow.
I think it's the president that handles that shit.
Fuck that. President handles that shit. He can barely handle his own fucking dong. So
I didn't say he handled it well. I said he handles it.
Ooh, what are you doing right now? Oh my god. Is this Meet the Press? What the fuck is happening?
I'm trying to
get
easy
there, George Stephanopoulos. Yeah, you're trying to get fired off the podcast? You trying to get me to fire you?
Yeah.
Due to recent comments. Yeah, it was this one. It was totally this one. This was the most recent comment that got Dillon kicked off the podcast. It wasn't any of the other ones. It wasn't our storied history of mild racism and whatever else we do on this fucking thing. So got back from a pretty weird swimming session, if I'll be honest with you. We got there at the same time as this group of people. They had like 3 dogs with them. We got down to the shoreline, which wasn't really a shoreline so much as it was like
the side of the road
going. Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's where it's flooded to.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that this isn't a typical beach in the sense that you get out of your car and you go right to the fucking beach. This shit is like a hike down a hill to lake level.
I know what you're talking about.
That shit is like way down there. So
go through a couple patches of poison ivy.
Oh yeah, get whacked in the face a couple times with a fucking thing to comedic value.
Like a half-inch deep cut from a thorn.
Yep. And then you're there. And then you can take in the splendor of the lake. However, it's pretty hard to do that when you have 3 sopping wet fucking dogs coming up to you every 5 seconds to make you throw a tennis ball because that's what their owners were doing.
To you?
Oh, yeah. The dogs were nice. They were all nice dogs.
Yeah, it's not your job to entertain them, though.
No, it isn't. But the thing is that Becky, God bless her, she got a heart of fucking gold. She ain't like me.
I mean,
The
if those
dog
were
got
kids
confused.
coming up to you and playing, you'd be in jail right now.
That's you saying that, not me. I don't know. Look, all I know to tell you is that fucking the dogs were sopping wet. Becky and I were sitting on a blanket on like literally the only patch of land that was available in this particular juncture. Everybody was, fucking in and out of the water. They were throwing tennis balls for their dogs. Every so often, the dog fucking got confused, came over, and Becky was like, "Oh, hi," and fucking did the whole thing and threw the goddamn ball. And then suddenly, you ended up with dogs trouncing across our fucking blanket, soaking us both, shaking off, and we're just like, "Yeah, I'm fucking done with it."
Did you even go to swim?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
swam. We got a chance to take a couple of fucking dips in there, but like,
A couple
Jesus
laps.
Christ. Yeah, like I just couldn't handle the fucking. No matter how high you get, it's really not going to improve it. You're just like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm fucking outie. This is getting too much. Now that Dylan, that's not even the best pool lake swimming fucking story that I could even possibly tell you. Last weekend,
Okay.
Becky and I went to the Victoria pools, which is like if you took a municipal pool and you
And
combined it
don't let the
with,
coloreds in.
okay, moving on.
I told you,
If
I'm trying to
you
get fired, Brent.
Yeah, you're trying to get fired right now. It ain't gonna work on me. I need you.
I gotta
So
cut that
listen,
joke.
cut that joke. So dogs.
I mean, isn't that how Saratoga works? You just don't let the coloreds in.
Right, yeah, that's been the motto for really the whole
It's
health
on the
history
sign.
horses. Don't
It's
let any of the color people in the pool.
no
So
in Saratoga.
in Saratoga in general, right.
That's what Troy's for.
Yep, you're still guessing it. I really don't know what's going on right now, but I'll just ride it with you. I don't know. Um, I'll ride this wave. So, um, I want to talk to you about other aspects of society through the lens of this pool experience that we had. We parked. I have my swim trunks on. I'm ready to go. I got my resort wear on. I got my button-up shirt with the puffer fish on it.
Sure,
I'm feeling it,
you
right?
are
It's a
ready.
hot day. I'm ready. Whatever life brings me at this point. We fucking walk in,
You don't gotta be a
and
member. It's not a members only.
no, it's $8, I think, or
Okay.
$6 or $8 or some shit. I can't remember how much it was. So we paid $8 a person to get in. Um, and then when you walk in, it's nice. It's old. It's like fucking. It's inside Spa Park. It's this old crazy ass structure that they used to use for like I don't think it used to be a pool. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But um, it's just like a resort when you see just rows of like chairs. But the thing is that normally at a resort, like the chairs are constantly attended by somebody, and the towels and like all that shit, right? Like at a normal like a normal resort style pool where you pay to get in, there's
Mm-hmm.
like rows of chairs and umbrellas and shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes it even in some other resorts you pay for a chair. You don't pay to go in the pool. You pay for a chair. So you pay $8, they give you a number, like a tag, and then you go to your chair or they bring you to it. Like literally because that's how like they keep from doing exactly what I'm going to be talking about right now. So when we went in there, the fucking place was like a free for all of chairs. There's people sitting on like the stair steps on each side of it. Like there's like bleacher style stairs that are like cement that are part of the old like courtyard
Uh-huh.
that people were like sitting on. There were people sitting on like the grassy parts over on the side of it. There was people in chairs who had like taken umbrellas from like other sides of the fucking pool. And like, so it looks like, and literally Dylan, this is a half hour after the place opened. There were people waiting there in the morning. We were talking to other people at the fucking pool. They were waiting there at like 8:30 or 9 in the morning to get into this fucking pool. Or no, actually, I think it was at 10. No, 10:30. Yeah. the person there was waiting since 10:30. We got there at 11:30, and the pool opened at 11. So now here's the bewildering part
They
to
were
me.
trying to get their $8 worth.
Well, no, but what it is like, if that's the point of it. If I'm gonna pay $8 to get into a pool that otherwise, like, you could go like to a shitty pool, you go to a municipal pool. I
Yeah.
get that the $8 is a part of the experience.
I just assume that if you pay $8, you're paying that you're not swimming in pool of piss. And
That's
like,
one.
hopefully they clean it more than once a season.
But the thing is that
shocking
like
the shit out of it. You hop in and the first layer of your skin burns off.
Feels good. Is this a heated pool? The craziest thing is that when you get in there, it doesn't really feel like the upscale experience that one may expect for the kind of pool that is around us. It's like an Olympic style pool. It's like really big. It's super nice. It's inside of this like super provincial fucking building. Like, there's columns and shit all over the place.
Is it the same area as SPAC is? Like the same? Okay, that's what I thought.
It's all that same architecture that
yeah.
SPAC is that you see all around it. It's right. It's actually, if you were to go on the other side of SPAC down the road, it's right on the other side of it.
That when you said what the spa or whatever, I was pretty
spa park.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the other side of SPAC.
Yeah, it's right in there. So here's the best part, right? Now, you have people who, like myself, who are going in there completely without irony, no pretension. I'm not this way. I'm just going in to fucking go swim and sit in a chair and drink maybe a vodka seltzer at the bar. And they got a bar there too, Dillon.
Okay.
That's my other point. So now,
well, you assume those people, the ones that you're talking about, the snooty ones, have their own pool and don't need to go to the...
Oh, Dillon, I wish they had their own pool in this sense, because the people that I'm about to speak to you of really just... It's really the perfect thing. It's a thing of fucking beauty. We get there, and there's this guy. So we're trying to scramble for fucking chairs, first of all, just for a fucking place to sit. They have like benches, like there's the lifeguard stand, and then there was like this big long bench right next to it. I was like, I guess fucking worst comes to worst, we'll sit on this fucking bench for the next hour. And Becky managed to find one like regular lawn style chair, and then one of the Che's like normal spot like chairs. Just by fucking cruising around, probably just like what everybody else did, would just fucking ran in there, pushed somebody over, and fucking grabbed a chair.
Threw their kid in the pool.
Yeah, fucking get the fuck out of my way. This is my chair. So she gets that shit. We sit down. We look behind us, and there's this guy sitting in a row of, like, at the end of a row of chairs that all have towels on them, and there's no one. And they're not in the pool. I know they're not. Like, there's not enough people, and there's no stuff. It's just towels.
Mm-hmm.
Becky turns around. She's like, are these taken? He's like, oh, yeah, they're for my friends. They're walking in right now. I was like, oh, they better, I swear to fucking God, they better be walking in within the next 5 minutes, or it's fucking heads are going to roll. So, because I fucking hate people that do that. Oh, my God. So, I deal with it. We fucking go swimming. I kind of forgot about it. Whatever. I just whatever. Fuck you. Whatever. We get back out. I kind of look back. I see these girls walking in. Four of easily the most fucking like waspy pieces of garbage walk in. And they're just like, thanks for saving the spots for us. That guy then leaves. He leaves the pool. He's been there for like since 9:30 or 10:30 or whatever the time was. He was fucking reserving it for them so that they could go in there and sit. And mind you, it was 7 chairs, not 4. So now These 4 girls sit in these chairs, and these tool shed fucking pastel short fucking assholes come walking over, eyeballing all the goods over there. And I'm like, oh, maybe these are the guys that are going to sit in the fucking remaining 3 spots. Lo and behold, they fucking sit across from them on another bench. Like, there's no reason to do that. There's 3 chairs right there. They don't even take advantage of them. I had to fucking let it go. And here's the best part, Dylan. I can't stress this enough. We were there for a pretty good amount of time. Not a single one of those fucking girls dipped a stupid fucking toe in that pool. Not a single one. Welcome to Saratoga. Welcome.
Well,
here you go.
It's probably a nice place to sunbathe.
Yeah, you know what else is a nice place to sunbathe? The 5,400,000 square foot park that directly effaces the fucking pool that costs no money to lie on a blanket at.
Yeah, but there's no chairs there.
Oh,
that you could
I forgot that they don't make lawn chairs that you could fold out into threes.
Those are special chairs. They only have them at places like you're talking about next to pools. They come with the pool. You got to buy a whole pool to get those chairs. You can't just buy those chairs.
God.
I just assume they put an ad out on Craigslist. We'll pay you money to go early, sit in this park and save some chairs.
No, Dylan. You forget what we're talking about here. With girls like these, they could very easily just say, it would be like really awesome if like you could maybe go down to the pool tomorrow morning, like, and wait for us to get there. I got a new bikini, and then he'll be like humming, and then he'll fucking and then he'll fucking speed down there like Speedy Gonzalez in the fucking morning, just to wait in line like a chode, only to then be rejected by these same women and be like, oh, all right, see you later.
The way you made it sound was that he didn't even get rejected. He was just like, all right, they're here. I gotta take off.
Well, it almost kind of felt like
it's
that
almost
too.
at my shift at the Froyo.
Dude, I gotta go down to the fucking REI and my shift starts in like an hour, dude. The fucking surfboards aren't gonna stack themselves, dude. Like,
kind of wish I didn't wake up so early. I got to work a little late, but
dude,
whatever.
Fucking me and Chad got fucking trashed last night, dude. I don't even know if I'll be able to swim. I'll probably fucking pass out, dude. Fucking drown, sick.
Suzanne's dad said he'd let me drive his Porsche, so I figure I hang around with her.
The whole thing was my dad owns a dealership. Like that's the whole demographic that we're looking at on that shit. Like, I don't know, man. Just stuff like that gets under my skin so hard. Like, at least the people down by the lake, they were normal fucking people. They were apologetic. They were like, you know, the dogs were decent. It's like, of
course they were normal people. They didn't want to pay $8 to go sit next to a pool.
No, Dylan. That's why I'm the everyman. I can come on here and I can be the everyman. I could talk about real shit that affects real people. You know, like when you go to that fucking private pool in Saratoga. That's really relatable. I'm a relatable guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm listening, dude. I'm here.
Middle class, you know, just fucking doing my thing here. I'm just doing it. But seriously, fuck those fucking bitches. Thoughts. Fucking pool thoughts coming down. So, Dylan, I got questions for you. As always.
Well, you had 2 pool stories, right?
I have
two bathroom stories for you.
All
right.
Okay.
Some people hang out at pools. Other people hang out at bathrooms, tapping their feet under the stalls. That's not my story. That's my day job.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's a Wednesday. All right. Lay it on me.
First story. Last week, go see Death Cab for Cutie, right? Get there early, walk in. I gotta take a pee, walk in the porta potty. This is the freshest porta potty I've ever been in. Like, I'm not even sure it's ever been used before.
They just bought a
Like,
new
they
thing of
were
porta
brand
potties.
new porta potties.
They just took the cellophane off the front of them porta
plastic
potties.
was crisp. It almost smelled like fresh plastic and blue water in there. I was amazed. There wasn't a splash of water anywhere. I was the first piss. I guarantee it. It was beautiful, head to
God.
toe. I was like, I could live in
A
here.
single
but it
tear.
was hot out, so I was kind of sweating, so I couldn't actually live in there because it still gets hot out. But there wasn't the fucking Eggs Benedict breakfast sitting in the toilet like in the snake pit.
Everybody's continental breakfast from the fucking Days Inn from the Best Western.
Maybe we shouldn't have ate that second plate of bacon because it's just slipping right out of you and going right on top of the other plate of bacon in there.
And then, honestly, since it is the first time that any of you have been up before 7 a.m. in your entire lives, there was probably some coke involved. So you probably got your mirror out real early in the morning and started tapping out lines. So needless to say, you're playing with lots of different bodily functions here is what I'm getting at.
Sneeze a little coke blood on the wall. No, but it was crisp. It was crisp.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Second bathroom story coming at you hot.
Hot. Oh
Hot.
God.
Well, not that
Hot butt. Coming at you hot
coming
butt
at you
style.
hot butt. Okay, so the next day I go to Ray. 2 bathroom stories, 2 days. How do you finish out the week when you started out like this, right? Don't worry about it. The day after, I go to Ray Volpe, right?
Yep.
I'm walking towards the bathroom. It's my turn to go. There's, let's call him an effeminate black man walking out as I'm walking in. He grabs me, puts his arm around me, and he goes, yo, you got to see how fantastic this mirror looks. And he like grabs me, stands next to me, looks in the mirror, right? For like an awkward amount of time. It may have been 5-10 seconds. That was too long.
Yeah.
It was too long. Just standing in front of the mirror
I can
looking
already
at it,
imagine it.
right? And then he goes, bad bitch, and he just walks off.
Never been more confused in my entire life.
I was in shock.
Like just
It was a
standing there.
It was a mental tease that I just could not handle at that point in time.
Is this the timing, Dylan? Tell me this is, I'm gonna do it, and just tell me if this is the timing of it.
Okay.
You walk away, walk out of the stall.
No. I'm walking into the bathroom. I have to go pee. So I'm walking, you're walking down that hallway, right?
Yep.
You know the hallway at the Westcott. Walking down the hallway. I'm coming in. He's walking out from the urinal. So that's where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
We're crossing paths.
Yep. And so he puts his arm over your shoulder as you're walking by.
Yes.
Turns you around to the mirror.
Yes.
So he turns you around.
He
You're
says
both looking in the mirror
You
now.
have to look. You have to see how fantastic this mirror looks.
So what is he trying to say at this moment?
That's-
Is he trying to tell you that he looks good in the mirror and that he wants you to look in the mirror with him to be like, yo, I'm in this mirror, so look how fantastic it looks.
Yeah, that's what I think he was getting at.
So he's just like, he's looking at you, you're looking at him, and he's like, yo, look how fantastic this mirror looks. Turns around, bad bitch, and leaves.
Well, it was more like bad bitch, and then he left.
Bad bitch.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
It's not like he screamed it at me. It was like I don't even know.
Bad bitch.
I don't even know if he was saying it to me,
Bad
saying
bitch.
it about me.
He was saying it
in
about
general,
himself, or just any way.
How sometimes you just say words when you're doing something. You like crack a jack, and then you just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
No, because no one says that. No one does that. That just doesn't happen. Don't be looking at Discord.
I'm looking at it. Jesus, I can't help
But yeah,
it.
that was, and I was in shock. Now my dude, he was living the 3-stripe life, so I don't know. I don't know, man. He could have just been comfortable, just bad bitch. You know, sometimes words come out when you're comfortable. Bad bitch.
Were you wearing 3-stripe?
No.
See, then
Make
I
the
would have been like,
shoes.
maybe he recognized
Real
one of his
recognize
own,
real.
but maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. So probably not. But
Nah, I was just some plain
alright.
old constricted jeans, dude.
Constricted jeans. You're fucking cutting off my circulation, bro. Bad bitch.
Bad bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he just
Bad
walked
bitch.
away. He disappeared.
He'll be out of your life forever, Dylan. You'll never see him ever again.
Well, I saw, yeah, probably, but I did see him walking around the rest of the night.
Well, yeah, but I mean, after that night,
It gave me
that
PTSD
fateful
every
night-
time he walked by.
That
all the
fateful night
questions
you
were
spent
circling.
together. You'll never experience it again. Oh, what you got there? Is that your American flag koozie?
Yeah.
Oh, what you drinking?
The Omegang Sour Pale.
Oh yeah. So I got another question. What was the most well received song at your at your little shindig, at your little get together? What was the song du jour? What was everybody reacting to?
What?
You were telling me you were playing fucking disco, Dylan.
Oh.
Tell me about your fucking disco dancing.
Oh, I don't know. I was just going through the disco, dude. There was a point where there was no kids around, right? It was just like, it was the...
Well, for those that don't know, nobody doesn't know this, but just let's clarify. You were enlisted by one of our friends to DJ a children's birthday party, which I still believe is an untapped market. And, we'll talk about the financial figures later on. We'll get the PowerPoint together, do some charts and graphs, and really plan this out.
Bubble machine?
I think I'll probably have to get one for this one in August. You know what I'm saying? So you were enlisted to DJ a children's party. So now, before we begin,
okay,
what you established beforehand was what? When you walk into this place, what are you going to play? What's your first songs? Because I know disco probably came a little bit later, right?
Yeah. Well, he wanted me to DJ because he really likes Marshmello.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to hear Alone first, so I just hit play. Well, I made him hit play on Alone. Just hit the green button. Boom, there you go.
Get it?
Yeah.
So he did as much as like somebody like David Guetta would do, which is great.
He did as much as I do.
Right. Now, was Justin there at the first juncture? Was he there from the beginning?
Yeah.
So he showed up.
Well, he helped me set up too. Yeah.
Okay, so you roll through together. He helped you set up.
And I didn't start right away. I was like, I had to do like a nice sound check, so I turned on the Outrun playlist on Spotify. So I had some Outrun playing for a good hour or two. I let Brian cook up the dogs. Everyone got their food in. And it's like, all right, now I'll go. I'll kick the bubble machine on. I got the fog machine pumping. I got the swarm in the corner. Maybe we turn the volume up on the speakers just a little bit. I had to get new speakers because my PVs.
People gotta know that when you're starting.
My PVs were busted, so I got the Behringer Europort, whatever the hell they're called.
Oh, you went and bought the Europort?
Yeah, or like the mixers like built into the back of the.
Yeah. You got a full set of two?
Yeah, it's the two. The mixer like comes out.
Yes.
It's a 500 watt one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it sound good?
Yeah. It's real loud for a garage.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Like I turned it up like a smidge before half, and it was like blowing the roof off of it.
Well then, that's good. So you're starting. You play Alone. Do you play any other Marshmello?
Yeah. Play some Marshmello, play some Slush. I stick in that like area.
You did. So yeah. So you did your happy traps.
Okay,
And
crank
okay,
like the
right, right,
crank
right.
that stuff. That's like that. Yeah,
Okay.
little of the like Millennium style stuff too. I think I popped that kid song in there that I sent you the other day. Popped
Yep.
that bad boy in there. Then it was cake
Mm-hmm.
time.
Then it was cake. Now I
Now,
like that you. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. You like that? I what?
I said I like that you did that, and then you realized that it was cake time. So then I'm gonna guess that you shift the feeling after the cake.
No, I shut
You
the music down. Shut it down.
well, right.
Wait,
Oh,
everyone had cake, and all the
right.
kids were gone. And I'm eating cake too. Like, I'm a guest.
Yeah. Who's not gonna eat cake? Yeah. Right. And then when do you then? So music comes
You'll
back.
love this about
Okay.
the cake, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
they, I, I don't know why they got him. I know why. Cause it was Brian. They got a nice Manny's strawberry cheesecake, and they got cupcakes for the kid. And Brian's behind everyone. Was like, all right, who wants a cupcake? All you little kids, you definitely want cupcakes, right? You don't want this cheesecake.
Brian went out to buy a cheesecake just for his fucking self because he just wanted the fucking cheesecake. He's going into the store. He's like, "This is my only chance. I gotta fucking get this goddamn cheesecake."
It was perfect.
That's like for Christmas, buying somebody, like if you're a couple, buying somebody something that you want and be like, "Hey honey, I bought us a Switch so that we can both play Mario Kart even though you hate video games." Brian's
And
like
Mario Kart.
Brian's like, "Hey, I got you a cheesecake for your birthday and these cupcakes, which are really good and better than the cheesecake, trust me." Okay. So Brian got his cheesecake. Everybody was standing around having a good old time. They were eating their cake. They sung happy birthday.
Yeah.
Good times were had by all. And then what do you come back in with?
Well, not see. As we're hanging around, all the kids they disappear. They all went inside to watch TV. You gotta watch TV. It's TV time, baby. So
Now it's
I
adult time.
notice the crowd, and I'm like, you know what? Now's my
Ooh.
chance. It's my dream. I had one dream in life. What's my? What did I say I was gonna play at your wedding, Brent? What did I say?
I don't remember. We
said
played a lot of
I
shit.
said I was gonna play a 40-minute disco set. I mean, you remember that? You remember when I said that?
Yep.
I said, you know what always works?
I do remember
Disco.
actually now. Yep.
And I looked around and I said, you know what?
This
I'm
is
gonna
that
play
they're
disco.
doing. They're gonna love it. They're gonna do it.
So what I do, I go to my disco folder, go to Blondie, Little Heart of Glass, and then I just go in for at least a half hour.
Half hour of disco.
Didn't stop.
That's some good shit. Wow. But were you background music at that? You
Huh?
were background music. Nobody was engaging this. This was just you.
Well, until once they noticed what was happening, I got some dancing going on. Not children dancing. Would you call them the silver hairs?
I called them the what did I say? The AARP or the fucking damn it. I can't remember what I said.
The walkers were rocking.
Dude, give it to them. You said I'll read it out for you. You start me off with, "I've had 3 Trulies. I don't give a shit." Quote Brian Rue.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said, "I'm living out my disco dream at this party." So there's confirmation of that.
And it was a dream.
And then you said, "No one has told me to stop, so I'm running the disco folder." And then you said, "Still in the disco, still working. I'm playing to the VA committee."
That's what it was.
The VA committee. And then I said, "Oh, then you're golden." And then you said, "In more ways than one." And I said, "Play Golden Years. That'll get them right in their pacemakers." So, we had a lot of good bits to run about old people. All the classics is what the summation of that is.
And then I popped up a decade, went to the 80s. And then And then I noticed the kids were coming back, all right. So
Yep.
then I turned Dreams on by Van Halen, let that play out, kick back into Marshmallow.
Dude, I was gonna tell you. Oh, Dill, damn it! When you were talking to me, I was like, when I joked around and said "do bangarang" for Justin, like
That came later.
one I did it.
Yeah, once it was dark and people started leaving, then I was like, you know what?
Go for it.
Let's run some harder
Justin wants
stuff
to
in
hear
here. That's when it was completely dark out and the garage was closed. We closed one of the doors and it was completely pumped with the fog.
I was gonna tell you to play the Armin van Helden remix of "Jump" that was in my fucking that's in one of my playlists. It's like the coolest remix of that song ever, and it's so hype. It's just been one of my most recent jams. But that's so funny that you played Dreams. I fucking love that you fucking played Dreams.
That's when I turned it up a little bit when I noticed, the mood changing. I'm like, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Hit the Dreams.
My God, love that song. So overall, the night was a rousing success. How many thousands of Trulies did you have?
6.
You had 6 Trulies. That's enough. That'll get you going. That'll really give you that
6,
foundation. 6,000?
Yeah. Actually, I don't even know. You just kind of drink them as the day
You're
goes.
just going. You're just.
I got there at like 2:30.
Oh. So you set a good pace.
Yeah.
You set a good pace for yourself, and you were delivering on that. That's good. That's a real. I'm telling you that there's something to this. There's something to the children's parties. But what you do is really what you did, which is like where you get hired for a children's party and you go, all right, kids. And then, you're only going to be going at that for about an hour and a half until they don't give a fuck or go inside or do whatever you do. And then it's about the adults. Then Pony turns on, and then that Jagger remix of Backstreet Boys goes on. And then suddenly we're doing it. People will be putting their walkers away, Dillon. They will be putting them into the corner, popping the blue pill, hopping on the good foot, and doing the bad thing. That's what they're going to be doing. And that's gross, but you get paid at the end of the night, so you don't go home, but you can't stay here. I ran out of Trulies. I'm done.
See you later.
Kaput. We're
Turns
finished.
out the 12-pack wasn't enough.
We're shutting it down.
I gotta hit up the Sunoco on the way home.
I gotta make a beer run, so I'm gonna put on this 30-minute disco mega mix that I found on SoundCloud.
I put it there, but also I found it again.
I'm gonna put on a couple just episodes of fucking like Paw Patrol or some shit. How old are you kids? I don't really know if this is something I don't. What do you like?
Everyone likes Paw Patrol. Look at those dogs.
Here you go. I'll put it up on the screen here. I'm gonna get going. I'll keep the fog machine running for you. I'll be back in a minute.
Hit that button, and if the fog gets low.
All right, now it's DJ fucking Kid in play. He's gonna take over. Wiggy what? DJ 9 years old on fucking 1s and 2s. So anyway, was everybody happy? Did everybody dig your tunes?
Yeah.
Did anybody hand you any requests? Were there any requests?
Yeah, the small children.
The small children gave you the requests? No adult requests.
Justin said bangarang out loud.
I can't. That's a great set, Dillon. Look, I go to all different types of parties. I do parties. And damn, if I don't get the stupidest fucking requests ever, I'd be in a trap house and somebody be like, play Santeria. Okay. If you just look around you right now, look around where you are, I'll play Santeria for you, but you have to be willing to accept the consequences of this. I'm going to leave at the end of the night. And I'm going to play other songs. And I'm going to say who requested this. I'm going to say it. What's your name? Steve? Yeah, all right. Steve just came up and requested Santeria. We're gonna play that one for him. And I just got done playing French Montana. So, you know, that's for you. But a night where no drunken adults give you any fucking suggestions for music, any requests whatsoever, is a good night in my book. Free cake, truly, hot dogs, marshmallow, Van Halen dreams. It doesn't get Fog Machine. It doesn't get no better than that.
I had a little fun with EI when he was swearing I was doing the filter sweeps, It's like, maybe I should clean this up just a little bit.
Whoops. Brian doesn't care. Brian, like, he'll just... Oh, did you turn on Forever?
No, I didn't.
That would have been amazing, dude. He would have lost his mind. Brian, remember 2011? Yeah, you do. You sure do, buddy. See if he still remembers it. All them verses. I remember, man, when we were at the keg party, and he drunkenly did the same thing that I was just saying people might do, and go up to the person that he didn't know at that frat house and be like, "Can you play Forever by Eminem? I'll rap it for you." Yeah. That's really in demand, Brian, for everybody to hear you rap the white dude's part. One of the greatest rappers alive. You're gonna butcher it. Anyway, so I started, Dillon, a long journey. It's to Zoloft Town. I'm sure you remember the commercials for Zoloft, Dillon, with the little bouncing blob. Mm-hmm. Remember the little blob? The sad blob?
Yeah.
That was me. That was me, man. Wasn't sleeping, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go into my doctor and tell him to give me drugs. That's what's going to happen now. So I went into my doctor, and I was like, I can't fucking sleep. I'm anxious as fuck. Shit's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I get nervous on airplanes, which is true. And hopefully, the thing about this, though, Dillon, is that this experience has been real weird. Day one, wake up in the morning, I got to take half of it. So I bought a pill cutter, like a fucking 80-year-old guy. Bought a pill cutter. Or somebody who takes a lot of ecstasy and really wants to figure out how to dose that out. Yeah. Either way.
Slice them up real good.
Slice them up, yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a pill organizer yet, Dillon. At least I haven't reached that fucking level of...
You remember that you got to take it every day of the week. You don't need a pill organizer.
I can at the very least do that.
That's got the letters on top of it.
The pills that I'm taking will help me remember that better. You know what I'm saying? One hand washes one back washes the other, whatever the fuck that phrase is.
Yeah, one foot in front of the other.
Exactly. So I put one foot in front of the other, and I got Zoloft sertraline generic. Chop the pill in half because it gives me 100 milligram dosage. So I got to chop the pill in half for the first 2 weeks, and then I up my dosage after those 2 weeks. So I take it the first morning at around 7:30, just before I'm about to get in my car to go to work. Pill usually takes about a 40-minute, somewhere in there. 10 after 8, I get in my car. Suddenly, I'm in a rocket ship. Because, baby, I'm about to fucking blast off. On the way to work was like a fucking, it was like that scene in 2001 A Space Odyssey where it was just like destroying. So it really felt like when I took Molly at fucking Marshmallow when we were at Camp Bisco. That's what it felt like. 100%. The whole morning I was rolling on party drugs. No question about it. That's really what they're getting at here. So, I have a presentation to do that day at work. A big one. It's a big marketing presentation where I'm going to ask for a lot of money.
Good thing this was the day that you decided to start your.
And look, at the end of the presentation, after I had through the whole presentation, I basically put my tape deck on fast forward. After I did that, the one of the owners looked over at me and he's like, "That was impressive. You guys did a really great job on this." And I was like, "What happened?" We go upstairs and the guy that works for me that runs this whole thing with me, he's like, I told him on the way up the stairs, I was like, I don't know how that just worked. How did I just do that? And I had also drank coffee too, because I didn't think it was gonna
Yeah.
I just drank coffee in the morning like it was like any other morning, took the pill, and then it was like really going. So that night, when I went to bed that night, holy shit, that was the fucking I wake up at the fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, ready to go run the fucking Boston Marathon. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So this goes on for, last Wednesday was when I started this. It's Saturday now, or Sunday now, and it's just been like, one moment I'm just like high as a fucking kite, and then another moment I'm like, I feel a little wobbly, and then another moment is like, I think I need to drink a lot of water, and then another moment's like, I think I'm gonna die, and then another moment's like the fast forward tape deck, and then another moment's like, I got 5 songs in my head at one time. It's crazy shit happens to your brain. It's unbelievable. Today, like before we went to this fucking lake thing, this is the weirdest shit. I don't know why this happens or what all these things are. But like, I was driving to the lake, can't stop fucking yawning. I'm like, all of a sudden, the fucking wind's taken out of my sails. I'm like super fucking tired. I'm just driving. I'm like,
I need to sleep.
I'm not.
You're crazy, man.
You're crazy, man. You are.
You got a fucking dart in your neck, dude.
We shouldn't have did this, man. So it was like that, and then like, I make it another probably 10 or 15 miles towards the fucking beach, and now I'm like, fine. Like, nothing happened. For 15 minutes, I thought I was going to fall asleep at the wheel, get to the end of it. I was like, yippee! Like, what the fuck is happening? So, that's been the general consensus so far. Yeah. Wow. It's really something else. And I'll let you know this. So what this is going to be, Dylan, the podcast is going to be now, is going to be like a chronicling of this. I'm going to lay this out for you every week about how this has been until around like August time, right around in there.
Once you get the full dosage in, a couple weeks.
Once I get the full dosage in, I'm going to tell you like how by every step of the way, like what's going on with my fucking brain, what's happening. And then this will be an informational podcast suddenly. It'll be, look, if you're considering going on something like this, I got all the answers for you. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen, except I can't because it's different for everybody, and everybody fucking that's the weirdest part about it. Is it like some people take it and they get like fucking turbo fat, some people take it and they want to fucking kill.
Turbo Fat is my favorite metal band.
Turbo Fat. Yeah, dude. Turbo Fat from Norway. Via Turbo Fat. So yeah, it's gonna be a chronicling of the changing of my brain chemistry live for people to just witness Brent change into probably the same person, but maybe just sleeps better. I don't know what the answer is. uh, when my family has, there are certain members of my family who've taken these particular types of SSRIs, they would be called serotonin uptake inhibitor, or whatever the fuck they are. And they've told me that basically your life turns into a Bobby McFerrin song. Don't worry, be happy.
Like Office Space when he gets hypnotized and he's just like, whatever, man.
My one of them told me the other day, they were like, I swear to God, Brent, the only thing that I would have been upset about I couldn't even think of it. I could not even think of anything that could happen that I would be fucking upset about. It was just like, whatever, man. Can't pay the rent, whatever, man. We're gonna do it. Whatever. It's all good. It's all cool. So hopefully it's all Gucci. So hopefully that's gonna be that's gonna be the overall thing. But I could still find things to rant about, Dillon. I always can. And so I hadn't told you this yet, but I have a neighbor. I have a neighbor that lives across from me who thinks that he's the mayor.
Oh, one of them.
He thinks that, and not only does he think he's the mayor, he thinks he's like the mayor of fucking parking lots. He's the parking lot mayor.
I mean, it's
a very distinguished
position. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very high up there. So what I've experienced thus far is two things. First, every day when I leave for work during nice weather like we've been having, I've seen this gentleman out on his lawn working on his lawn, which is not even really technically his lawn. I live in an apartment complex. They're all just public lawns. I share a lawn with people. I've never seen anybody out on the fucking lawn, but regardless, there's other people living around me. There's,
Are
that's
you even
how
responsible for your lawn?
No. Nobody in this whole complex is responsible for anything other than getting their own fucking mail, and paying your goddamn rent on time. That's it. And maybe mild snow removal that goes beyond your steps. Shovel some snow so you don't fall on your ass. That's basically the rules. And don't be a dick. Well, he broke the first cardinal rule. Don't be a dick.
Well, that's the second rule. The first rule was shovel the snow.
First rule, shovel the snow. Second rule, don't be a dick. So, what happens is, he's weirding me out. Every fucking day he's over there putting plants in the fucking ground, and he's got a picnic table. It looks like like a labyrinth over there. Like it's like the fucking Biltmore Estate Gardens. Like he's got fucking ferns and flowers and just all of this shit. It's crazy to me. He has zero fucking he has 100% time on his hands. Within a day, I think he's retired. I don't know what the fuck he does. Drives a gray Dodge Challenger and fucking parks that out front. And the first time was when one of our friends came over. They park. We have a circle that's kind of like a grass circle. If you got them on some cul-de-sacs where it's like a grass circle in the middle of like the turnaround area.
Mm-hmm.
I see people park on the side of it all the fucking time. So when somebody came over, I texted them beforehand. I was like, when you get here, just park on the circle. So they parked on the circle. They get here. I don't know that they're here. They come inside and they're like, who's that guy across the way? And I'm like, Will. I think he introduced himself to me like the first, when we first moved in here or whatever. I was like, why? And they're like, he just walked over to my car and told me to park somewhere else. I'm like, what? How did he even fucking know you were parking? She was like, he just came out of his house. I was like, okay, so that means he's fucking watching people right now. So that was the first. I let that one go. I was like, whatever. They found another place to park or whatever. He fucking tells me another, like, now a second time, he tells me another time, like, when I'm out, like, doing something or whatever. It's like, hey, just to let you know, the parking, all these other spaces around here, you're free to park in those. If anybody comes over your house, you can park in those sort of empty spaces over there. All of the front driveways have one extra parking space per stall. So there's like 4 stalls, and then there's like one space in front of my stairs that I park in front of. So technically, you could have one person as a guest like in your area, but then there's also those like on every other side of this complex. But they're always filled up because people don't park in their garage all the time. So I'm like, where the fuck else do you want people to park? And what if, God forbid, I have more than fucking one person in one car over at my house like a normal human being? So the next time fucking Becky's cousin comes here, she parks on the other side because she was trying to text Becky to ask where she needed to park. She's still got her car running, just parked, on the other side of our building. She didn't really know where to go. So he comes out, walks over to her, fucking taps on her window. She rolls down the fucking window. He's like, yeah, you can't park here. She's like, I know. I was just texting inside to ask them where I could park. He's like, yeah, you could park over here and whatever. And then she comes in and tells me this story. And she's like, yeah, at the end, he rolled his eyes and walked away. I was like, okay, his door's going to get fucking kicked in now. Like, I'm going to knock him through fucking 4 walls if he, and this is the old me, Dillon. This isn't Zoloft me. This is the new and improved Zoloft brand. Where it's like, so it's cool, man. Everything's
Shaka,
cool,
bra.
dude. Shaka, bra. Look, it's fine. Look, we'll fucking park where we need to park, dude. But at this time, right? At this time, I was calling anybody that would listen and fucking telling them that I was going to kill this guy. Did it to Becky's family when they came here. Literally everybody who's come over to my house. To the point where I was going to walk over to my neighbors and be like, has he ever bothered you over there? Like, has this guy ever done this shit to you? Because I was fucking like, I was livid. I was getting in the car and making fun of him every day. I could put together a tight 10 with how many fucking goddamn bits I had together about this guy just ranting in my car easily. So I just, man, now I don't say a fucking word to him. I walk outside. I got my fucking sunglasses on. Oh, and the grill, Dillon, the grill. I totally neglected to mention it's the best thing ever. I have a charcoal grill, as we know.
Oh, yep.
I got a Weber charcoal grill. And what you have to do when you start up a Weber charcoal grill is you put the grill out, you take the grate out, you got a bottom grate. You get a chimney. It's a little starter chimney. Turn it upside down, put some newspaper in the bottom, flip the back side up, put some charcoal in the top, light your newspaper. The chimney comes up, it starts smoking. That's how grilling works. It makes smoke. So I have my grill out in the middle of my lawn, like literally almost like direct middle. And mind you, again, he's across the street from me. I start the grill up, come inside to get stuff ready while the chimney's heating. He stomps up the stairs and fucking knocks on my door. And he's like, hey, Brent, can you move your grill? You're smoking me out over here. And I'm like, I can't fucking help which way the wind blows, bro. Like, really, dude? Are you gonna tell everybody else around this whole complex and be like, you can't grill, man? You're outside. He's vacuuming out his car in his driveway across from me. Sorry. So, like, I fucking humor him at this point. Come downstairs, I fucking move the grill back, try to put the lid on a little bit to fucking deflect some of the smoke and move on. What a dickhead. What an absolute fucking shit ass this guy is. I'm gonna fucking, people who think this way, people who are like this, Dillon, are the same level as the people at the pool. They're the same level as the people at the lake. It's people, Dillon. It's all people. They all suck. And that's why I have to take Zoloft. I have to take this. I have to do this, Dylan, because of that guy. And I'm sure I'll still be mad at stuff easily. But maybe I'll get over it faster. Maybe I won't remember it for 2 weeks and dispel it on a podcast.
I don't
Maybe I'll
know.
come up with different material. I don't know. Who knows? I don't. It depends. We're going to close with this, Dylan.
What?
All right. We got to talk about the movie event of the summer, Toy Story.
Okay.
You're going to turn that air conditioner back on.
Crank it on.
And you got to talk about Toy Story. So, you went and saw it today. The glow is still fresh.
Yep.
The fresh glow of what is it, the final in the Toy Story franchise?
It's got to be.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to make it.
I think they even
final.
said they were gonna. This was the last sequel that they're doing. I want to say I read that or heard that somewhere that.
Yeah.
This is the last sequel that they're doing. Everything else is just gonna be new IPs.
Oh, they're not taking any other properties. They're not gonna do.
Yeah, this is it.
Wow. That's interesting. So now it's only going to be new properties, and then I'm sure they'll probably do sequels of those new properties if they really take off or whatever. But maybe not even that.
No, they said no. They said they're done making sequels.
Oh, that's it. They're just done.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they said.
Fucking crazy. Well, yeah, of course they said that. So, what's your overall impression of it?
Well, like any other good movie, they kept us waiting. It says it's supposed to start at 3:30. What if the screen doesn't work till about 4 o'clock? Now we're talking.
God.
Now we're talking. What if the first thing you see on the screen is a Windows error about fixing your replacing your desktop the way it was? Huh? What if that's the first thing you see pop up on the screen?
Dude, that's all movie theaters are, is you on your computer being like, oh, god damn it, is my graphics card overheating?
Yeah, so
again.
we didn't even see any previews. They just went right into the movie.
Wow.
Well, we got the Dolby Atmos stinger, don't worry. Where they rumble your fucking seat.
Alright, so look. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
Did your wait for the movie make it all that sweeter?
I liked it. It was
you
good.
Liked it.
I like 3's still my favorite, but it was still a good movie. It was probably the funniest.
It was legitimately laugh out loud funny.
Yes.
There was a lot of moments where, like, visual comedy is key, and even most of the comedy that's in a lot of Pixar movies is physical comedy, or like kinetic comedy. But like, there's a lot of dialogue comedy in it. It's way more than any of the other movies. Way more, crazy amount. And it's like a lot of it was very like, you know what it kind of reminded me of is how frenetic Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is.
The first one.
Like how fast that movie is, and how mile a minute the jokes are. Obviously not as ADD as that movie, but it ramped it up. There was so much more action, so much more funny, and they kind of moved the stakes down a little bit. Like, did you kind of feel that a little bit? From 3, the stakes were pretty high during some of the highest tension scenes.
Yeah.
And some of the ones in this one, they kind of moved the stakes down and focused more on just the story.
Well, to be fair, 3, the stakes were high because you knew Andy as the owner for 2 other movies.
Right. So it's kind of installed.
Yeah. Like, they're still working towards the whole Andy bit, where this is Bonnie. So, like, you don't have as much as a connection with her. I mean, you have a little bit from the first one.
Right.
But I mean from 3, but like, man, she was maybe almost in 3 as much as she was in 4.
Yeah. Well, that's
which
weird,
is also not
isn't
saying much. Like, I'm not
Right.
saying like it's a lot, but yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing, is that you kind of get the sense that there was a shift. Like, you wouldn't know or hear about this, but The Simpsons did a shift like this when they first started. The Simpsons was originally about Bart and Lisa. That was how the show was written. Bart and Lisa and it was all about the kids. That was the whole show. And then suddenly, once they started writing into Homer, like they started writing into that character like really hard, then it became the Homer show. And it became about the parents and the people in Homer's world. And it felt like in Toy Story a little bit, it started off about the toys, took a little bit of a detour into the people, and then came back to the toys a little bit.
Oh, this is how I see it. So the first three were the toys' relationship with Andy.
Mm-hmm.
This one was Woody's relationship with the toys. Yeah. This was the first three. The third movie was Andy's goodbye. This was Woody's goodbye.
Right. Yeah. Right. And so that's
why,
interesting in and of itself.
The whole Bonnie thing wasn't like. That's why they didn't really show her that much. Is because it was Woody's movie. It wasn't.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the first one was Woody's movie too, but
it was more in a way that glorified him rather than
they all were Woody's movie. This was Woody's goodbye,
right,
to the other toys, because you're building up a relationship, but it relies on Woody's relationship to Andy. All the other ones, where this one, it's he finally
Woody is kind of manifesting.
He finally flips where he doesn't need to be only reliant on his owner or whatever.
Honestly,
the name on the bottom of his shoe.
Exactly. That's the craziest part about this movie is that when was the first Toy Story?
95? Does that make sense?
94, 95, somewhere in the I think it's been it's
95. 95.
So look,
96, 98.
We saw Toy Story when it came out.
Yeah.
And this is the culmination of the entirety of us growing up.
Well, no, that was 3.
Well, no, I mean this the whole series as a whole. It grew with its audience heavily. And it was supposed to. I think it was.
But I don't feel like I think this was more of a new, I want to say like a new beginning, like, because the end of 3 is literally Andy giving away the toys. That's the culmination of that whole arc. This is almost a non-starter.
Right. Well, that's what at the end of the movie, Becky was like, "Do you think there's going to be a sequel to this?" I'm like, "They can't." But the only thing that they could do if they wanted to stay in this universe, like if they ever did anything, would be like a Woody and Bo Peep spin-off movie or a short or something like that they would play it that way. Like, a couple years later, Bo Peep and Woody doing whatever they're doing at the carnival area or wherever they ended up.
You can only make so many movies about them trying to save another toy. You know what I mean? Like the big savior movie. You can only make that movie so many times with a certain a connecting story going through the back. And this is like the last thing is Woody's breakaway from the other toys. Like
it was the only thing left.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I liked about it too as well is that they kind of let it be a little bit more existential than some of the other ones had been.
Yeah, I mean, the second one was basically the same thing. Right. He wasn't ready to leave at that point.
Yes. Well,
now he's fulfilled his duty to Andy at this point. Like, so he's trying to recapture that magic with Bonnie, but the feeling isn't mutual.
That's what I really like, how they tie the first act of the story into the third, is that they give you that whole thing of where, Woody's kind of being left out of the equation and he's grappling with whatever that is. Yeah. That's why I like that they go there in this movie. They go there in, like, again, the existential sense, like Forky being like literally like Ghost in the Shell. Like, what am I? I'm trash. Like, he died. He doesn't fucking know what he is. And for the rest of the people around him to give him the meaning. Like, that's textbook like psychology shit. Like, your existence is derived by those, or the perception of those around you, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that type of stuff. They've always been that way. Pixar has always had this underpinning of like super cerebral, like existentialist stuff, the common problems in humanity, like, you know, at their basest level. They're the simplest storytellers on the face of the planet, but they do it in a way that's like pop music. Like, they write this stuff that's so timeless. Like, it could be, you can find it anywhere. You can find it in Greek, you know, Greek tragedy, all of the original literary tropes that we know about. You can, all those things existed, but they just do it in this way that's like, it's this perfect storm of like, it's a perfect storm of character development and great storytelling, simplicity, all of those things. It's not too many characters, it's not too little. Like, they got it fucking going on, man. They really do. Not like anybody needs to fucking hear me say that Pixar's got that Pixar, boy. That's a really great company. I hope they really make it. But that's why they are the way that they are, because they can do movies like this where you go and see it and you're like, that goes a little bit further than what is expected for a movie like this. That's expected for an animated film. They've gone farther a million times than they needed to. Made you think about real shit, you know? Like, that's the best part about it. That's what I like
Even
about
though
animation.
I am trash,
Yeah.
someone will like me. Maybe.
We it's the, like, Miyazaki's the same way, right?
You know what
Miyazaki.
You know what this movie was? It was just Pixar flexing. They were just flexing on everyone. They're like, let's make something out of pipe cleaners. I want everyone to see how good we can make fucking pipe cleaners now. And you know where it's going to be set? In an antique store. You know why? Because they're dusty and have cobwebs. You want to see how good a computer-generated cobweb looks?
Look at this power strip with the dust on it. You got that at home. It looks exactly like it. Look at how many fibers are on this cat. Look at all the fibers on this cat. And then look at the dog from the first one. You tell me how far we've come.
Look at these humans. They're not just replicas of Andy.
Yeah.
With different haircuts.
Like, so I mean, that's true. They really, this is really Pixar's opus. It's a way for them to create something that's like so visually arresting. And it's a fucking tearjerker too. We're going to make you cry about a spork. Like, fuck you. Like fuck you. We're going to make you cry about a spork and a bunch of other shit. Tons of stuff. Like, it's going to be a mile a minute, and then we're going to put you into some action, and then we're going to make you laugh hysterically. They have everything. It's literally perfect movies. They're perfect films, in a sense. And this is where I come to, like, with stuff like Miyazaki and shit. It's all from that same school of storytelling. Like, it's the classics. You want to tell the classics, but you want to tell them in a way that's like that's new. That's how they do it. That's how the whole thing is done. And there are no original ideas. So, if there was anybody that made an original idea, it was fucking Pixar. Maybe not in terms of storyline. I mean, they probably pulled a couple Avatar versus Pocahontas in their time. Like, I mean, you know, you can trace those types of stories back,
Yeah,
all the way. The Stranger in a Strange Land thing going on, like all that shit. You can do that, but they've at the very least made some creative decisions behind what the movie looks like, what the character development is, what the styles of characters are. Like, they've shuffled the deck a little bit before dealing the hand. Anyway,
did you catch any Easter eggs? I only caught one. I didn't even see the Pizza Planet truck. I don't remember it.
The Pizza Planet truck. Oh my god, I don't think I saw it either.
It had to be in there somewhere. It's in everywhere.
Oh, it was in there. Yeah.
The ball, was the ball in there anywhere? Maybe
Don't
in the
remember that one either.
beginning. I don't know. The
Could
only
be.
one I caught was Carl's pin from Up,
Oh, okay.
the grape soda top.
Yep. Where
when
was it?
when so when they meet Bo Peep for the first time and they're in the skunk and the sheep come back, they hand her a bobby pin and she goes, "Oh,
Yep.
this could be useful." And then
Bottle cap.
they
No,
hand her the
that's
bottle cap. That's
yeah.
the pin.
Yep. Um, I can't remember the rest of them.
I don't. That's the
Are
only
there
one I
any more?
caught.
That's it.
That's the
Well, I
only
mean,
one I
like ones
caught.
that they use in every movie. Are there any more that they use in every
The
movie?
Pizza Planet truck's the only one they use in every movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they. All right. Yeah, that's true because the cap wouldn't have been. Yeah. Um. So, I really liked it a lot.
I had one problem with it.
Go for it.
Right in the beginning,
Uh huh.
when Bo Peep gets taken away,
Yep.
Jesse was never there.
Right. That's a continuity error.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It
That's true.
it irked me when I was watching it.
I don't know if I caught that, but now that you say it, I was like,
And
oh
then at the
yeah, that
end,
doesn't
and
make
then
sense.
at the end, they hug like they knew each other. She goes Jesse and everything, but like they never met because Bo Peep was gone at the beginning of 2.
And Jesse came out in 3.
No, Jesse came out in 2.
Or
but
in 2
at the end of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's that line where they're because it's the garage sale scene, and there's a line where like you see how Woody brokenhearted, where they're talking about all the toys that are gone, and
Yep.
Slinky said Bo Peep or something, and he like gave that like brokenhearted Bo or Peep or whatever he said. But yeah,
Yep.
that was before that whole movie kicked off.
Yep.
And then you meet Jesse at the end, so it made no sense that Jesse was in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh boy. Wow. They really.
Jesse and Bullseye were there.
Yep. Interesting. I I don't think I had any problems with it really. I think the only thing that sort of bothered me at some points was how absurd the parent part of it was. Like what they were doing, how much they were doing to keep the parents from leaving. That I don't generally like those parts in movies so much, and it didn't feel very creative to me. But that was the only.
I guess it's a little awkward because it's toy. Like maybe there's like a little too much mingling with the humans that you don't really see
That's
in any
where
of the
I
other
don't
movie.
like. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it was more like, why are they doing all this? It seems weird, doesn't it? Like where you're like, they're fucking pressing the gas pedal and the fucking brake pedal of the RV and like giving signals to each other and saying shit.
Yeah. Although
Like
the one where Buzz says you forgot your backpack in the
Yeah, that was good. I mean,
that whole inner voice bit was hilarious.
Oh my god,
gotta
the
do
inner
it.
voice thing is so great.
Oh, it was.
I
too
mean,
good.
that's right on par with Spanish Buzz.
Yeah.
Like Spanish Buzz in that movie, and then Inner Voice in this one was that they were both really good bits. I loved the design of that store, of the antique store. It looked incredible. It was absolutely unreal. And then I also really liked Duke Kaboom a lot. That is such a character that I felt like was needed. It's like that style of character.
The best,
and I just
the best part is the end where he finally would have made the jump through the flaming ring.
He smacks his fucking face on it.
He had to be a show off about it and stand up on the bike, so he hits his head, and that smash of the light bulb made me die.
Dude, we were watching it in BTX, dude, which is the fucking loudest shit in the world, and watching it in BTX, that light bulb sounded like it smashed on my forehead. Like, it was just
that had me dying. Key and Peele were really good too.
Huh?
Key and Peele were really good too.
Yeah, they were really, really good.
I was when they like I had to wait for the credits to see who it was because like I couldn't put a name to the voice. But like I'm like, who is this? Like, and they're so good together. Why? And, because it's Key and Peele. That's why.
Yeah. Dude, the final escalation on the Rochambeau thing.
Yeah.
We'll give him the fucking plush rush.
Yeah.
The final one where they follow the fucking old lady home. Dude, the whole time I literally could not believe what I was seeing.
The music in that part, every time they the flash, the music killed me the first part, and then like, the whole thing, just the scream.
Oh, it's like I was like, that is the weirdest thing they did in any movie. The weirdest one, easily the most out of fucking left field thing I've ever seen. Like, just was not expecting it. And the fucking I will tell you one other thing is that I don't know as if the what's the villain? She's not even really a villain. Chatty
Cathy, whatever, I don't know, something like that.
It's making fun of that. I don't find I like that they did the villain turnaround because that's not typical. They didn't do the typical the villain gets theirs thing. They actually did the villain actually turns around type of thing, which is like not super often that happens.
In 3, like you thought they were gonna do that, and then it was
then
like, no,
they were like, yeah, no, he's gonna get his. Fuck you.
He's
like,
bad. He's not helping out of the trash.
Right. So I like that, but I also don't feel like that's why I felt like the stakes were lower because she didn't really truly feel like a villain that was going to get turned around. I think that's on purpose though. You don't want to make her seem too ridiculous, like too bad, like too horrible. The minions really kind of did that job for her a little bit because they were terrifying.
Yeah.
So it was more about the henchman type of thing.
Yeah, and she also was Woody's turnaround crux basically.
Right.
Like he made one final sacrifice for
it's weird that I can't.
What the hell's the little girl's
It's an alliterative name.
What's the little girl's name?
The little girl?
Yeah.
Autumn, I thought was the girl that was going to pick her up.
The other one. But I forgot it. I said it 15 times earlier.
The girl. Shit, no, I can't remember it. Great, good job.
Betsy.
Old Betsy.
Oh my God. Anyways, it was his final sacrifice for her.
Right.
Because like it was to get Forky back. So yeah, whatever. I can't think of her name.
Valiant effort, Woody. A valiant effort.
You did good, Woody.
There's a snake in my boots. What was the other line? There's a snake in my boots and ride like the wind, bullseye. Bonnie, there we go. And something about the watering hole. Mm-hmm. That's the other
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole. An era has completed, Dillon. And
so is this podcast.
In many ways, this podcast. So, remember, as always, if you want the audio version of this podcast, you can listen to it below. And if you want to join the Big Tip Betty Memorial Golfathon in Lake George, please go to my event page on Facebook.com/BTB Memorial Golf 2019, sponsored by Natterday.html. And you can join up there. Otherwise, see you on the course. July 20th.
Fucking nerds.
Woo, baby. And that is it for us today. That has been the Jack It Off podcast. We're out.